out of Valencia, California. Began his career with the Chicago Cubs back in 1997 as their #1 pick. It's been one very good one. That was against the Dodgers, and one where he struggled. That was against the Cardinals.
He just got some balls up against the Cardinals, and Cardinals were smacking the ball around that series. Every mistake the Diamondbacks made ended up being in the gap or over the wall. But this is one of those guys, Darren, that you just don't worry about. He knows how to put starts like that in the rearview mirror. I expect him to do much better here tonight.
He's been at it for a long, long time. Double-digit win seasons. He's a ground ball pitcher when he's right. Jackson, Young, and Upton hope that Reynolds, Ojeda, Lopez, and Tracy will be doing a majority of the work, and Miguel Montero gets the start behind home plate tonight. Better offensive matchup, and he catches John Garland. Talking about Dexter Fowler, young man out of Georgia Milton High School. He found his way to this organization as a 14th round pick in 2004. And we remember him, Diamondback fans do anyway, when he got a start earlier this year and homered. First at bat of the ball game, right-handed. As John Garland goes to work, trademark sinker, 1-0 the count.
Well, this is a guy you definitely want to keep off base. Great speed, great athletic ability. He can make things happen, but not if you keep him off base.
Over the inside corner, 1-1 the count. Everything that John throws moves, but not a lot. It's not dramatic like Brandon Webb. A split-fingered fastball like Dan Herron. As that one is bunted foul. Got him in the box. This is right-handed. He's a switch hitter against Doug Davis. Doug tried to run a pitch in, and Fowler, he rode it right on out of here. He is also homered from the other side of the plate a couple of days later. As a matter of fact, 4 days later, homered as a left-handed hitter against Chan Ho Park of the Phillies. He's the kind of guy, too, Gracie, that they talk about. And you probably covered or played with guys like this. Didn't have huge power numbers in the minors. They expect his power numbers to go up.
He's just growing as a young man. Getting stronger. Not that time. What a pitch by Garland.
That's where you want it.
I mean, right in on his thumbs. Broke his bat.
Did he cut that one a little bit? Did he run it in?
That's exactly what he did, Darren. He cut it in on his hands. Look at the glove of Montero. Right to the glove it goes. And he just eats up Dexter Fowler. Beautiful pitch.
And now Ian Stewart, the young slugger. Stewart, when he gets a start hits, he is hitting all 5 of his starts for the Colorado Rockies. He has just 20 at-bats on the season. But he's made good work. How about 20 at-bats and 6 RBIs?
That's real good. He's played second base. He's played the outfield. When you're swinging a bat like that, Glenn Hurdle's going to find a way to get you in the lineup just about every day.
Boy, quickly, no balls and 2 strikes. The infield playing him to pull, the outfield as well a step or 2. 0-2 the count on Stewart. Yeah, he's had starts, Gracie, at second, third, right, and left. Starts already at all those positions this year. That'll do it. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night, Mr. Stewart. That's the spot off for him.
And the bat never flinched.
And that's not him.
All 3 pitches. I mean, he took all 3. Right back to the inside corner. Again goes Garland. Right to the glove of Miguel Montero. Ronnie Culpa rings it right up. That's a beautiful pitch.
107 victories in his career, John Garland, as that one grabs the outside corner. A sinking fastball to Todd Helton. 7 hits and 35 at-bats, and on-base percentage of .250 after a monster spring. Broke his bat. Gracie, he lived on the inside corner that inning.
3 left-handed hitters, 2 broken bats, and a strikeout. Do it, John Garland. Good to be back there.
We missed it. the panic button. Let's take a look at his starting lineup, brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Felipe Lopez finally cooled down a bit. Augie Ojeda, Connor Jackson, Chad Tracy, Mark Reynolds, Chris Young, Miguel Montero, Justin Upton, John Garland. Jason Marquis is 30 years old, and he has been great out of the gates, beating Philadelphia and Chicago to start the year.
Two very good teams in Philadelphia and Chicago.
How about that?
Marquis, ball moves all over the place. When he's down in the zone, he gets a lot of ground balls. Terrific athlete. There you see it. See that moving fastball?
His 10th career start against the Diamondbacks. He's pitched well, doesn't have the victories to show for it. 2-5 with an ERA of 3.4 in his career. As that one runs away, and as a matter of fact, the D-backs pitches .219 against him in all that time.
He's a guy, as a left-handed hitter, you need to go up the middle and the other way. Don't try to pull him. You'll just hit it to the second baseman.
Felipe goes up the middle with it. And a fine play by Clint Barmas. Let's take a look at the Colorado Rockies defensively. We'll talk about Barmas throughout the night, by the way. There's some high praise for his defense in second. Stewart, Fowler, and Hall. Atkins, Tulowitzki, we mentioned Barmas, and the Gold Glover Todd Helton. And Chris Iannetta growing each day as a catcher behind home plate. Struggling with the bat. Just talking to Rich Dower, Gold Glove second baseman, former Oriole, good baseball man, infield coach as well. And he said, I put Barmas, of all the guys I've been around, I put him right near the top of the list.
No kidding.
He said, I am very proud of the work he puts in. He said, and I challenge you, keep an eye on it, you and Gracie, he said, on how quickly and how much velocity on his throw as he turns a double play at second base. So you put he and Tulowitzki together, that's quite a duo. Slap the other way, Augie Ojeda. Well, while we're busy talking about one player doing a fine job, Augie now is 7 for 15 to start the year. He gets to start one more time in place of Stephen Drew, and this is how you said to hit Marquis.
See the ball tailing away to the outside corner. If you try to pull that ball, you are done. Augie Ojeda, a veteran approach right there. And that's what you want to see, Darren. When the team is struggling offensively as a unit, you love to see somebody like Augie Ojeda have a good game plan. He knows, he's faced Marquis plenty of times. He knows, I have to try to go the other way, and you saw him do it successfully.
Connor Jackson, good fastball buried inside. And Connor, a guy who has a nice history, and you're going to lift him and take him out of the ballpark. You've done something. A pair of home runs and 11 at bats against Jason Marquis. Connor had the day off yesterday. Kind of a mental day. Good tight breaking ball. Slider almost turned it over, was so far on top of it.
Back-to-back strikes. Connor Jackson, a quick 0-2 hole.
Those two pitches, though, watching them with their movement and their late movement, almost make me say, so you want to be a big leaguer?
Yeah, no kidding.
I mean, this is really what you want to do.
Let's see what he tries here with the 0-2 pitch. Up and in.
Up and in.
Which is a pretty good 0-2 pitch, Darren.
There's no doubt about it, and it was a straight fastball at 92 miles an hour. And when I say that, Gracie, about Marquis, I mean it with respect, but I also say respectfully an average pitcher throughout his career with regard to ERA, and he's throwing those two pitches at him.
I agree with you. And he's pitched on a lot of good teams, but just been, an average pitcher, as you said.
Curveball dives down and in, 2-2.
Well, how'd you take that one? That was a good pitch.
The last time we saw Connor Jackson, he was being buckled by Mr. Lincecum. A curveball that locked him up that, unfortunately for Connor, made just about every highlight show around the world. Because Tim Lincecum was that good, and that curveball was that good. Shallow side. Another off-speed pitch. This one out over the plate, and there are 2 outs.
Yeah, Marquis got away with a hanging slider there. That was belt tie right in the middle of the plate. Connor popped it up. Take a look, see, oh dear. I mean, that is center cut, belt tie. Marquis thanking his lucky stars on that one.
Well, Chad Tracy All he sees is Colorado or Rockies or whatever you want to call them. He sees that purple out there and he goes to hit. In 35 games against the Rockies, he's got 49 hits, 366 with 12 home runs. Boy, pretty good pitch. It's called high, 1-1 the count.
Tell you what, Marquis keeps throwing that slider up there around the belt. He's going to have a long night. But then again, the Diamondbacks got to make sure Marquis pays a price when he makes a mistake. So I guess if you don't make him pay, it's not a mistake.
See our Firestone leaderboard. Who has been good in April? Marquis and Brandon Webb there as well. It's pretty nice names. Jake Peavy, Aaron Harang, and Roy Oswalt. Brandon getting closer, continuing to stretch things out and throw. It is, as of today, the 20th day of April. It's not a stretch to say he will be making a start before you turn your calendar to May. Gotta happen. All right, here we go. He's coming in. He got it there. What a pitch. You're living right if you're living inside. John Garland, Jason Marquis showing us how it's done. Welcome you back. Easy for him to pitch, not easy for me to say as we go to work. 1-0 the count outside to Garrett Atkins. Our good friends with Power Arrowhead, Brown & Brown, and Power Chevy, Superstition Springs. Thank them for their support. And the count is 2-0 to Atkins. 8 hits to start the year. 2 home runs, 6 RBIs. On base of just 234 for Garrett. As he shoots that one, it hunts the right field line. And that's a foul ball. John Garland away that time in the first. It was all in.
Left-handed hitters, all 3 of them got a heap and help, and a fastball's in. He eats up Fowler, freezes Stewart. Then this is a great hitter, Todd Helton. And he got his feelings hurt as well. I mean, just abused 3 left-handed hitters inside with the fastball.
Garland and Marquis both have to pitch like that. They're going to hit the bat, but they have to be off the wide of the plate.
Yeah, they're not swing and miss guys per se, but they have to stay on the corners and make sure something to that effect, that when they do hit the wood, that it hits the end of the bat or in on the label.
One little number to back that up, and we'll throw Max Scherzer in the mix just for the sake of comparison. There's a swing and miss and a very good pitch.
I like that number you're about to spit out, though. Go ahead and tell everybody about that.
Well, I'll tell you, it's very interesting. Garland, in his first 2 starts, threw 186 pitches and got only 6 of these, Mark Grace.
6 swings and misses in
186 pitches.
Wow.
Jason Marquis threw 201 and only got 6 swing and misses. For the sake of comparison, Max Scherzer, 2 starts, 187 pitches, 17 times opponents swung and missed. They have to absolutely hit the outside part of the plate or the inside part. They don't have the luxuries that Max does.
Most of the strikes are going to be called strikes for Marquis and Garland. Although we just saw a swing and miss strikeout.
That was a super sinker, though.
It was. After going away, he came inside and just tied Atkins up.
Well, Hawp went to Dodger Stadium and got right. His club did in the last couple of days, but something about the Los Angeles Dodgers and Brad Hawp make him happy anyway. He had a very nice series. 4 for 9 in L.A. A double, a triple, and 2 homers. Every hit an extra base hit.
Oh, look at that thing of beauty there right on the outside corner from Garland. 2-2.
Up 9 career home runs against Arizona. You can see the last 7 games overall, the role that he's been on. Spoils that one. Yeah, his first 3 games of the year, he just had a couple of extra base hits. 7 in his last 7 games. This is a dangerous hitter.
Yeah, he's one of those guys when he gets hot. I mean, it's just lava hot.
Good pitch in, coming back in there. Well, to me, what he does when he's right, and you can see a big shift on the infield, really dramatically playing him to pull with Ojeda, Lopez, and Tracy. But really, when he's right, he goes the other way with power. Slaps that one. Connor Jackson. Like that, but he can drive it more. We saw him do it for a whole season to Brandon Webb.
And after that 2-2 fastball inside, he goes right back to the outside corner, and he got Hop to just take more of a slap swing at than to drive it over there. What was that?
I don't know.
Scared me.
Very uncomfortable. Troy Tulowitzki takes a strike. 0-1 the count. 9 hits out of the gates this year, 237. He's been patient, though. The jump to the on base of 341. Over the outside corner, 0-2.
Well, off to some kind of start in this at-bat. Fastball in for a strike, fastball away for a strike. Gorgeous.
Man with the closed stance, he just stays right out there, triples up on it. 1-2 the count again, living on the corners. Finally hitting the Diamondbacks in that opening series. Arizona owned him last year. This is a guy that in 36 career games against the Diamondbacks has more strikeouts than hits. He hits just .212 against Arizona, that unique approach at the plate. It was interesting, Gracie, talking with Matt Williams, and I know you and I talked about it during the opening series, thinking of guys with closed stances. One popped into our head. We watched him. His counterpart in San Francisco, Edgar Renteria, has a closed stance.
He does. It's few and far between anymore. Many more hitters now with the open stance. This is old school.
What a changeup.
Swing and a miss, Darren Sutton. Pile him up.
John Garland. The numbers.
Wow.
Seattle Mariners. That and so much more. Part of the 10th inning presented by Quest and hosted by Todd Walsh this Sunday at 4 and 10. As that one misses outside. 2-0 the count. It's in high def. Only on Fox Sports Arizona. Get to know Mark Reynolds off the field. Of course, that Chip Hale experience and adventure. It's a fabulous show, and we look forward to you sharing it with us. Sharing that one with the fans. Out of here. Reynolds battling a quad injury for a couple of days in San Francisco. Looks like he's just fine. He'll be fine.
He'll be just fine. He gets a fastball in, and he pulls his hands in nicely and just drives a line drive out of here about 3 or 4 rows deep. Now, it's starting to show, Darren, that he's put in a lot of work with Matt Williams, both offensively and defensively this spring. Tireless hours with Matt Williams, offensively and defensively. Looks like it's starting to pay off.
Matt could hit a fastball like that, couldn't he?
Oh, man. I pity the fool that thought he could throw a fastball there on Matt Williams.
1-1 the count to Chris Young. Yeah, we've showed you the pictures of it. And I would imagine somewhere that man is smiling. That bald man, I can say it openly and honestly, is smiling.
Well, he
what
is.
He has seen. Well, he is. 2-1 the count for Mark. Home run number 3, RBI number 6. And his 4th career home run against the team. Well, he made his major league debut against the Colorado Rockies. Dexter Fowler tracking 1 step shy of the track. And he makes the play for the out. Well, let's take a look at our key to the game. It's brought to you by our good friends with Brown & Brown, the Power Chevy dealers, Arrowhead, Superstition Springs as well. You're really going to have to explain this one to me because I have no idea.
Well, the Brown & Brown key to the game is, well, don't kick the couch. Darren, if you ever, you're probably a lot like me. You wake up at maybe 1 in the morning, you maybe feel a little grumbly in your tummy, you maybe want a midnight snack or
All
maybe
the
a glass of milk, something like that, or maybe sneak a cookie. Well, how many times, it's dark in the house, well, you kick the couch or you kick a piece of furniture, and the first thing you want to do is either blame your wife or blame your significant other or blame one of your kids. You put the couch there. Gosh, dog it, that hurts. And then you realize, well, it's not anybody else's fault. You kicked the couch. It's your own fault, right?
Right.
Well, I think that's what's got to happen here with the Diamondbacks. Don't start blaming other people for your problems. You're the one that's doing it, so don't kick the couch. Does that make sense?
I like it.
Kind of like look in the mirror.
Yeah, I like it.
So, Darren, don't kick the couch.
All right. I think that's a great piece of advice. Montero, big swing on a changeup that is up. As he lines it back to the screen, 2-2 the count.
Well, one thing you're going to get from Miguel Montero, you're going to get big swings.
Almost too much, though, to start the season. This is a guy that can drive it to left. We talked about Hawk. Montero right there with him, the ability. He's been pulling a lot of bait. He was even pulling Tim Lincecum. We'll do it again with a 2-ball and 2-strike count. He's 1 for 12 to open the year. Both he and Chris Snyder had huge springs. Put them two together, and they're both struggling out of the gates offensively. We hope to get him going and have it happen soon. Big power when he's right. That time, though, over the top of a breaking ball in the dirt.
That's what happens when you're swinging really hard. Sometimes you forget to track the ball. That was a slider way down in the dirt. When you're swinging hard like that, you got to start it early. I mean, look how hard that swing is.
Justin Upton ready to hit. He was hitless in his first 12 at-bats of the season. Matter of fact, only reached base 1 time in his first 4 games. Since then, 5 hits in his last 5 games and an on-base of .350. He is showing signs of life.
You were telling me earlier in San Francisco he got a base hit on a ball that bounced.
It did.
Would have loved to have seen that.
That pitch, and boy, I tell you, pitchers are really living in tonight. lot of success. This pitch out over the plate. Oh, the Sheriff leaving the yard. Number 9's proud of that. A little bit more. I guess that's the bookmark, Grace, and you've noticed the reason why for Justin Upton.
Well, we've seen it since spring training. Justin does what we call wrapping his bat. That bat is almost horizontal. You see, that's called wrapping your bat. Look how far he has to go to swing that bat, and that's why he has trouble getting to the inside pitch. When that bat is up like that, just think that is so far for that bat to have to travel in a short period of time to get to an inside pitch. So that's the book on Justin right now. They're going to keep trying to bully him inside until he figures that out.
Chris Iannetta, Clint Barmas, and Jason Marquis, who can hit for a pitcher. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Over the outside corner, John continues to paint. He has 3 strikeouts already, and just for the sake of discussion, he's not a big, as we mentioned, swing and miss or strikeout guy. But 2 of the 3 have been swinging.
He's been almost 90% fastballs, wouldn't you say, Darren? We saw a changeup to strike out Tulowitzki.
When you have that kind of command, you can be.
Why wouldn't you? Our buddy Matt Williams says it best. The best pitch in baseball is the commanded fastball.
Boy, missed his spot there, and Iannetta, I think, looking for something else. You can see Montero out of his crouch. And Garland came down at about.
He wants it up and in. He wants it up there. Oh, man, look where that thing went. Split the plate, split Miguel Montero's chest protector. But once again, Darren, it's not a mistake if you get away with it.
And there are times guys like Garland, maybe a little bit more, but guys like Webb, they're uncomfortable with the high fastball, period. They don't really know how to throw the high chase fastball.
Well, because their whole careers they've lived at the bottom of the zone, and they have to.
Breaking ball killed. Changeup that was left out over the plate. Oh, my goodness.
That's foul.
It's okay to marvel at a foul ball, especially when it's up by Futures Field in the sandlot up there in the upper deck.
But just all it is a strike. And once again, Garland got away with another.
Way, way up there. Had to go up again.
Not a bad idea. You just don't want to go up with change-ups. That's what he did. Let's see, it goes back to the outside corner. Coming in. He got it there that time. Good pitch. Just able to foul it off was Iannetta.
As long as Garland's comfortable with it, this is a nasty pitch here.
This ball's got some teeth biting in on Iannetta. Just able to nick it foul. Good pitch.
I like that pitch better, 0-2, than the one out over. I'd rather have him further in than up. We'll find out, though. Talk with him how comfortable he is with it. Breaking ball misses away. 2-2 the count. Well, just 2 for 24. They've both been home runs. This kid's a much better hitter than this. Been a tough start to the year for Chris Iannetta. Popped up, right field. Lopez and Upton tied together. Wow, that ball drops. And that cannot happen in the major leagues. You can see Justin several times looking at Felipe.
As you said, that cannot happen. Felipe just knows that, let's see. Now there's Justin. He called for it. And if you call for it, you have to come and catch it. You can't put that one on Felipe Lopez. Once you get called off as an infielder, you got to peel off. Justin called for it and then decided not to go catch it.
And that happens with a leadoff base runner.
And that also happens when you're playing tight.
He talked about that coming on the air. Clint Barmas takes a fastball, lifts it into the seats.
If you fear making a mistake, Darren, you're going to make a lot of mistakes. I'd rather see aggressive mistakes rather than passive mistakes, and I think everybody would agree.
Barmas 8 hits with a home run. On base of just 273. Not a guy who's going to walk a lot. It was 1 for 8 in their stop at Dodger Stadium in that Dodger series. Breaking ball away. 1-1 the count to Clint. .290 clip in his career against the Diamondbacks.
Yeah, when you're struggling offensively to score runs, you've got to make sure you shore up the defense, the base running. You got to do everything else better when you're struggling to score runs.
The Diamondbacks fortunate, and they can thank Doug Davis quite honestly, fortunate that in scoring only one time in one inning of 27 innings that they won one game in San Francisco.
I guess you're right. Yeah, you're kind of thanking your lucky stars.
You bet they can thank that man. He pitched his tail off on Saturday. 8 shutout innings. Fly ball right. Now let's see if there's room here this time. And 5 or 6 rows deep. Now the Diamondbacks, with regard to their starters, 10 good starts. I mean, keeping you in the ball game out of 12. 2 games, John Garland one of them, and Brandon Webb on the opening day where they got knocked around. Otherwise, they've been fine.
That's
minus 2
fabulous.
starts.
That is fabulous. Are you kidding me?
The 1-2. Just off the plate. You know, as a matter of fact, the Giants and their fans were so upset with Doug that he pitched so well, they took his hat.
What?
Look.
They did. Well, we got to get that back for Doug.
I don't know
Doug
what to
always
say.
likes to wear his hat on out in the dugout.
Just thought I'd pass that along, and I know you weren't with us, so maybe you can help us.
Dastardly Giant fans.
Just got a piece of that one. We'll do it again with a 2-2 count.
Give Doug his hat back. You think that's it?
I don't know. It's a good question. Now that's the good-looking hat. That's my kind of hat right there.
Oh, yeah.
Little crushed cotton. 2-2 the count. Boy, he'd love a ground ball, a double play. He's rolled up 2 already this year. Outside, 3-2 the count.
I would imagine Clint Hurdle, usually a very aggressive manager, probably going to send his runner, even though Chris Iannetta is a catcher and below average speed. He's going to try to stay out of the double play.
Rockies just 1 win in their last 7 games, and they're not hitting at all either. Runner not going. A swing and a miss.
Pretty much a fastball right down the middle, too. And Barnes looked like he was almost surprised by it. I mean, here it is. Let's play.
Don't forget, Gracie. Redheads on the way.
Right.
On the way. Next Tuesday against the Cubs. The T-shirt is a good-looking one, a very good-looking one. Just $20, you get a T-shirt and hang out in the news section right up above the visiting bullpen. We'll show you that new shirt in just a minute. First, we've got to show you that. It's thrown away. And an error on John Garland and allows Iannetta to move into scoring position.
And it begs the question, why a throw over? Iannetta's not going anywhere. He's a catcher. Tracy couldn't get it. There's an error, and double play no longer in order. That's 2 defensive miscues here in the top of the 3rd inning. One by Upton out and right, and now one on John Garland. And this guy can hit, Jason Marquis.
You bet he can hit.
Might be the best hitting pitcher in the game.
3 for 5 already this year as he pops that one up. And you like that, you make a pitch.
And he just ate up another left-handed hitter with a fastball there.
By the way, if you want to come hang out with Gracie and I at the Redhead section, 514-8400 or visit dbacks.com/redheads. New section right above the visitors' bullpen. How about that, Gracie? Now, here's the best part. You ready? Oh, yeah.
There's all your dates. There's those that handsome duo of broadcasters.
Very, very scary. We'll just go ahead and hang that over the camera. Wait till you see the one for next one. As Fowler slices it the other way.
Another John Garland fastball right in on the belly button of a left-handed hitter. He's got that pitch going tonight. That fastball into the lefty, Darren. It's been a good weapon for him. Let's see if he can get one more big out here and pitch around a couple of miscues. It's always tough to get that dastardly 4th out.
Look at the run on that pitch. 1-1 the count. Last year in Tulsa, we were talking about the power, how they said it will grow. This young man in Double-A hit just 9 home runs. But he hit .335. He also had 31 doubles last year.
Went up the ladder that time.
Pickoff attempt, and it's knocked down. Boy, they are concerned with Chris Iannetta.
Well, Chris Iannetta is getting way out there with the secondary lead. You can see it's right there, but Montero's throw is, well, I don't think it's even in the area code. A good throw certainly has him.
One and two, the count.
6:02, by the way.
Oh, that's true. Couldn't get the inside corner. 2 balls and 2 strikes. According to Baseball America, Fowler the #1 prospect in this organization.
Well, I guess since he's here now, he's probably not a prospect anymore.
Not anymore.
He's a big leaguer. And he deserves to be. He's a terrific young player.
Didn't start switch hitting until he got into pro ball. Period. As he slices that one long run. Jackson can't get there. And that run will score. A fly ball that should have been caught and a pickoff throw that you question. And it's 1-0 Colorado Rockies. Fowler with his 5th RBI of the year.
Well, when you're not playing well, every mistake just seems to come back and haunt you. Another pretty good pitch. Breaks his bat. He just flips it over there down the left field line. A couple of feet fair. And unfortunately, John Garland hurt himself a little bit with the pickoff throw. And give the Rockies credit, they made him pay.
Opposing batters this year against Garland. 8 for 17 with runners in scoring position. So the timely hit, well, it's been abundant.
That's certainly going to need to improve.
High fly ball. A trio of Diamondbacks and shallow left come together. And there to make the play is Connor Jackson. They scratch out a run. They tie this ball game up at 1-1.
down the aisle with a beer right now, and I'd be standing up in 107, 108.
Hello? Garland ready to go, and some teams who we think should be doing a lot better, including the Diamondbacks. We have asked for your poll, and we have done so in the pregame show. Text it, A, B, C, or D to 74499. We are polling you. Now you're all Diamondback fans, so we understand why the votes are a little bit higher for the Diamondbacks, but I'm sure that in each and every city, each and every club would predominantly vote for their club that they're struggling the most. I want to remind everyone about the Diamondbacks and their offense. Well, first of all, if they get it going, it's good news, Grayson.
Well, of course.
Anytime the D-backs score 6 runs or more, Taco Bell is giving away 3 free tacos with the purchase of a large drink between 4 and 6 the following day. 6 total runs were scored in that series in San Francisco, both teams combined. So how about 6 for the Diamondbacks today?
Oh, you like crunchy or soft?
I like the soft taco.
Yeah.
Felipe Lopez getting it done. You know, he had the same approach in the first inning, just couldn't sneak it through. So 1 for 2, and that batting average now will go up from 340.
I just have a feeling the Diamondbacks are really going to enjoy the pickup they made in the offseason. Just a rope back up the middle. It's just a great approach.
Well, it is.
And it's good to see that the Diamondbacks picked up a prototypical leadoff man. And there it is. 389 average. On base guy. Can drop a bunt here and there.
Talking to the skipper Bob Melvin in San Francisco, making it clear that he just feels like at the top of the order. And he initially didn't have Felipe leading off until late in the evening. Then he switched him back to the top. It feels like at the top of the order he's allowed to play his game, allowed to have a free and easy approach. There he goes. And that one is a chopper. Just got it. A little hit and run, and Augie tried to sneak it through. He is erased on a fine play by Garrett Atkins.
Yeah, he got a fastball way up and way out. There's just not much you can do. Give Augie credit. Put the bat on the ball. Atkins ended up making a nice play. Now a runner in scoring position. Let's see if the Diamondbacks can get a big hit with runners in scoring position. Those have been near non-existent here recently.
Connor Jackson this year, 4 hits in 9 at-bats with runners in scoring position. He has done his part. As a team, it's been a struggle. Batting average just a tick over 200 with runners in scoring position. Connor played to pull in the infield, outfield, straight up. Felipe is in scoring position. Two 2-0. Tim Lincecum's first pitch on Saturday to Connor Jackson knocked Connor on his backside, right square at his ear hole of his helmet.
Really? Cleaned his clock, huh?
And it took him out of his game the rest of the game. I asked Connor, you can see those good numbers, if he thought it was intentional. And he said the next day he didn't think so. I respectfully disagree with what I saw.
I think Tim Lincecum realized, you know what? I'm going to try to take this guy right out of his game. I'm going to throw the first one right at his coconut. And did he take him out of his game? Did he have success with him?
No, he struggled. down across. Boy, he put a nice pass in that baseball, but right to Garrett Atkins.
One on Fox Sports Arizona. Now, if you've been watching Fox Sports Arizona the past year, you know about the gentleman named Salo Morris, a high school kid from Thunderbird High School who just touched so many lives. He lost his battle with cancer in the, earlier this year, but his memory sure lives on. And today, Team Salo out at the ballpark helping recruit folks for the Relay for Life. We're joined by Salo's best friend, Vaughn Hilliard. How can folks get involved in the Relay for Life?
Well, probably the first thing is we're having Panapalooza Rock for Life, the Team Salo benefit concert that's going on next Saturday. It starts, gates open at 1 o'clock. It rolls on into the evening. We got barbecue, we got games, activities, and we got best of all local music happening all evening. So coming out, $8 at the door. Salo
certainly was a music fan. I'm sure that's in the family. Salo is a great name along with the C. Clawley. Am I saying that correctly? That is Salo's sister, part of Team Salo. How much fun is it carrying on his legacy through Team Salo and getting people involved?
It's really good, and it just like makes you want to like keep going and keep taking it on, and to getting them involved for when they get in high school.
If you would like to be part of the Relay for Life, log on to www.relayforlife.org. Also joined by John, Salo's dad. We appreciate your time, and any little bit of help these folks can get, we would appreciate. Guys, let's kick it back to the booth.
Yeah, very good cause, and Salo Morris always living on his legacy and giving back to the community while he was fighting for his life. And certainly a good cause and a very good piece of hitting by Todd Helton, but we're used to that. Todd was just 2 for his last 11 in that Dodgers series. And he certainly remembered being pitched in and sawed off with a broken bat in the first. Here's Garrett Atkins.
Garland going to have to do some fancy pitching here. Runner on second, nobody out. In the heart of the order coming up. Just kind of a little fly ball out to left field, but Connor Jackson was playing way over to the pull side. He gives the great effort, but he comes up a little short.
With that base hit, he is now 35 hits shy of 2,000, and with that double, he's 27 doubles shy of 500, which is a magic number, isn't it? You reached that number.
That is a bunch of doubles, and this guy's certainly, in my opinion, a Hall of Famer.
Two 2-0 the count to Garrett Atkins. Atkins, you can see the struggles out of the gates with him. I mean, when you get a power hitter like this, Grayson, do you want him thinking, I'm going to hit the ball to the right side?
I would say in the 4th inning, not really. not your cleanup hitter. I think you want him to get a good 2-0 pitch and drive something.
And obviously that changes the further down the order you go, correct?
But it also depends on how he's swinging. He's struggling right now. But he's got a 2-0 count, sorry, a 3-0 count. So now, you can see how far he can hit it.
Wanted him to swing at that one. Good sink on it. 3-1 the count.
And I still think right now, if you're Clint Hurdle, you'd like to have Garrett Atkins, a perennial 100 RBI guy. I still think you want him to, you trust him to get a good pitch he can hit, and if he maybe hitting a gap or out of here.
He did, moving to third.
Still pretty good result. Didn't get the gap or a home run, but the bottom line is now Todd Helton standing on third base and just one out.
All right, Mark Grace.
Yes.
Our Aflac trivia question. Outside of the baseball box, if you will, what is the earliest recorded 100-degree day in Phoenix, Arizona, going back since 1896? It's expected to hit triple digits this week.
I don't know.
All right, one out. Here's Brad Hawk. 1-0 the count.
I mean, I don't know.
Are you out?
Yeah.
January 4th.
Huh?
March 11th.
How about Saturday? Oh, it might have been a Saturday. I quit.
Good to have Mark Rita back producing. Terrible question.
Well, it was.
2-0 the count. 2-1 over the inside corner. 1-1 our score.
Ronnie Colpa, home plate umpire, one of the best in the business, has had a pretty generous inside strike zone for John Garland on these left-handed hitters. Garland can find a way to stay in there. He just might get a much-needed strikeout.
Everyone playing Hawk the pull. And he hits it right into that defense. We're in a couple of steps, so that is a huge out. And that runner stays at third.
Not going on contact. Garland gets away with a fastball right down the middle, but he still jams Hop a little bit. Helton stays at third and a big second out. And now, Darren, Garland being a veteran, he knows that he can't relax. Yeah, he just got a big out against a very good hitter, an RBI guy in Brad Hawk. But now he cannot relax. He's got to have the same intensity and execute the same pitches that he just did on Hop against a tough hitter in Troy Tulowitzki.
Fouled off, and the count is 0-1 to Troy Tulowitzki. Look about these last 7 games for Colorado. Just one win, hitting 195 during that time. Timely hits have been gone, hitting only 150 with runners in scoring position. The Diamondbacks say crossing that other dugout, we feel your pain. But we don't feel sorry for you. Outside corner extended just a touch, 0-2 the count.
Tulowitzki disagrees with Ronnie Colpa. Ronnie Colpa says, well, last time I checked, my word is law.
Troy struck out swinging back in the second inning. Outside corner, strike 3, and John Garland strands Todd Helton at third base. Getting it done. Somebody get Troy's glove for him. That's the fourth inning. A lucky fan watching will win tonight's jackpot if somebody slugs a baseball into right or left center field and hits that sign. And that is a very good thing. The first pitch, 1-0 the count, $90,000.
Wow.
Jackpot grows each and every time the prize goes unclaimed. Visit dbacks.com/hit-and-win. Our good friends with Gila River Casinos. Get out there. It bounces high off that wall. He took a shot at the baseball, and he's got a couple of bases. A double for Chad Tracy. Our contestant John Thompson was excited as that one took a ride out to the hit-and-win zone.
I'll tell you what, he must have been just as excited as some of those championships he won at Georgetown, John Thompson.
Different guy.
Fastball running away. Chad Tracy puts a beautiful swing on it. The blazing speed of Dexter Fowler can't even catch up with it. And this time the Diamondbacks with a leadoff double.
Not the same guy, by the way. Not the same John Thompson.
Oh, it's not?
No.
Oh, sure it is. It's got to be.
1-0 the count to Mark Reynolds.
Yeah, some of those great teams. He coached Patrick Ewing and Allen Iverson. I'd love to see him win some money.
Different guy. The score is 1-1. Broke his bat. It's dived in shallow center. It's in there. And it kicks away off of Fowler. The Diamondbacks take the lead 2-1 and RBI off the bat of Mark Reynolds. He's second of the night.
I think Dexter Fowler just got a face full of cowhide. And on the bounce, bang. Ouch. Love the effort. Don't love the result. Golly, be careful, young man. I mean, that got him right square between the eyes. He's okay. And the Diamondbacks, opportunity to put up a crooked number, Mark Reynolds. Boy, it's good to see all that work with Matt Williams really paying off.
The result, a very good night. Here's Chris Young.
By the way, how was my guy Matty this weekend?
You know what? He grabbed the torch and ran with it. He did a fine job. He was like you. You guys that played for a long time, care about this franchise. You get frustrated when the hitting dissipates.
Well, sure.
So he had his frustrations. Well, to be fair to Chris Young, to be fair, it's gone both ways.
Absolutely it has. And you have to know that as a hitter, that side of the plate is going to be a little bit enlarged. Now he's coming in.
Well, I don't say that I blame him. He's just trying to make sure Young was not able to do what Atkins was able to do earlier, and that's move that runner to third base. All right, Mark Grace, let's answer this fine Aflac trivia question.
Okay, how about
Aflac?
Was I don't care
no
an answer?
I'm going to go with March 26th. That's what I'm going with.
Aflac!
Yes, that's what I thought. It was a Saturday, too.
See, I was right.
We both were. I don't know why I thought that. Just popped into my head. Good pitch.
That's a very good pitch. Montero got a break there. 1-0.
We need to see Miguel Montero use the other side of the diamond. That's when he is at his best, driving it to left. And with that in mind, they may pitch him in.
And just put a nice smooth swing on the ball. You don't have to come unglued. Now a 2-0 pitch. He should be able to get something he can handle here. Let's see if he can put a nice quick swing on the ball and get a good result.
In. 3-0 the count. Justin Upton waits on deck. Well, prior to that Mark Reynolds RBI, it was a ball that wasn't struck hard with a runner in scoring position. Opponents 1 for 12 with runners in scoring position against Marquis this year. He's done some pitching. It's ball 4. And a good sign of life for Miguel Montero, a patient at bat. And he earns the walk in front of Justin Upton. But first, a visit to the mound, Mark Grace.
Well, that's Rockies pitching coach Bob Apodaca. He's going to have a little conversation with Jason Marquis. He's going to probably tell him, hey, you had success with Justin Upton his last time up, throwing him fastballs in. They need a double play ball. Marquis, a ground ball pitcher. I would say that would probably be the remedy for Marquis. Keep throwing those fastballs in on Justin Upton.
All right, don't forget, get tickets to sit in the all-new, all-you-can-eat section at Chase Field. Tickets start at just $30 and include the inside diamond level seat plus all of your favorite ballpark food. You get unlimited hot dogs and Pepsi and popcorn and chips.
We need to get out there.
We're going to get out there. 602-514-8400 or visit dbacks.com/all-you-can-eat. That's one thing Matt Williams did over the weekend. He put some food away.
Did he?
Oh, yeah.
Well, he's been known to have very little self-control when it comes to food.
I was proud of him. Motivated me. I mean, I was really proud of it.
He can't be outdone.
Nice little spread in San Francisco as well. You remember the media dining room? It's actually only 3 feet big, but the food is great. Upton with a sinker, and it's low.
It's true.
1-0 the count. Food is fabulous. Nowhere to sit and enjoy it, but the food is fabulous.
It seats 3 comfortably.
Third at bat coming recently with runners in scoring position. Amazingly enough, he's only 1 for 3. A hanging slider, 1-1.
Boy, that was the ultimate cement mixer slider right there. Belt high, and Justin took it. Probably taken all the way, but boy, that was one to smash. Nice play by Iannetta there, saving 90 feet, keeping the double play in order.
Because as a catcher, you never expect to have to block a fastball.
He just went out, snared it with the glove, stuck that big meat hook out there, and caught it cleanly. Nice play.
Put down a 2 or 3 or a wiggle, you're ready to block. Yes. Not with a fastball.
Not at all.
The 2-1. Outside, 3-1 the count. Oh, baby, is it a hitter's count. It's enjoying the all-you-can-eat section.
That's great.
This includes applesauce and chew toys. Teething.
Speaking of a very young man, this kid's still a baby in the big leagues. Let's see if he gets something on 3-1 he can handle. Got a fastball and got it thrown right by him.
3-2 the count.
There's that wrapped bat again. It's a long way to go to catch up with a fastball, and you can see he was very tardy on it. Got to get it started a little earlier, Justin, on those fastballs.
Runner's on the move, and it's fouled back.
Why not? Force a little contact. Force Justin.
That, I think, is the key. I agree with you.
I like that by Bob Melvin.
I think you nailed why he did that. Bale in the third base coach's box. Minding his base runners, just 1 out. Full count, 1 out for Justin. Keeping an eye on the runners. There they go. Here it comes. Bases loaded. That's ball 4. With 1 out for the pitcher, John Garland.
Well, back-to-back walks now. I've gotten Jason Marquis into it. John Garland, I'm sorry, Darren, go ahead.
Now a long talk about this situation with Chip Hale.
John Garland, a pretty good athlete, Darren. He can, even though he's been in the American League his whole career, got an idea with the bat.
I hearken you back, Mark Grace, to June 18th, Great American Ballpark.
Cincinnati, Ohio.
Cincinnati, Ohio, a home run for John Garland.
Boy, he got a good pitch and took a good rip at it. Fouled it back. Marquis went belt tie right down the middle. Garland had a good swing at it.
John 0 for 4 this year. 3 for 23 in the big leagues.
I mean, that is Powder Mountain. Belt high, right down the middle. Good swing.
Oh, and 1 the count. You know what Marquis wants? He wants something on the ground. 0-2. 30 years old, out of Manhasset in New York, Jason Marquis. Braves' #1 pick in 1996. Pitched in Atlanta, St. Louis, the Chicago Cubs. Jason, in his last 5 seasons, has gone 15, 13, 14, 12, and 11 wins. Maybe a higher ERA, but he's a winner.
He's reliable.
The 0-2, right down the middle. Strike 3.
Wow.
Felipe Lopez 2 weeks ago today, on opening day in his Diamondbacks debut, didn't homer from one side of the plate. As a matter of fact, he homered from both. And as part of the theme, Mark Grace, that you suggested coming on the air, pushing the reset button, having a reopening day against these Rockies. Let's see what he can come up with.
Well, an opportunity to break the door open here, have a big inning. John Garland couldn't catch up with the fastballs. Now it's up to Felipe Lopez. Been the team's best hitter in the first 2 weeks, Darren. Just missed.
Like a changeup.
That's a changeup he got away from. Bad ball, throw it away, get another one.
Felipe had the right approach in the first inning. Tried to shoot it into center field. Got a little bit too much off the sweet spot and grounded out. Had the same approach in the third inning, got himself a base hit. Not trying to pull the baseball. Mark Reynolds is at third, and then a couple of walks right behind. And Montero and Upton. Change up and a dandy. Wow, 1-1.
You missed so badly with a changeup with the first pitch, and you come right back with it. And that's a beauty.
Who does that sound like that would throw a pitch like that, sequence like that?
That would be number 15, Dan Herron,
That's
in my book.
exactly right.
Let's see if Felipe can get a big hit. Diamondbacks so desperately need one.
Shot to the right side. It's gobbled up by Clint Barnes. Unable to get that hit, and Arizona leaves him loaded. Mark Reynolds does plate his second run of the night. Oh, good stuff there. 2-1 the score. The Diamondbacks on top. Mom always said, son, use your head. I mean, just use your head when you're making a decision. Our Jack in the Box, outside the box, using their head. We're going to give him credit. A fan using his head.
Oh, goodness.
Of course,
Golly.
friend of show, Dexter Fowl. Mom is proud. Jack in the Box, use your head. Just, Gracie, use your head, Mom said.
Guess I got to put a glove on their face. Golly.
Good news is everybody's okay. That's why we can have some fun with it.
Are you sure?
I think so. 1-0 the count.
Man,
It was very good. Just off the plate, a cut fastball running away. 2-0 the count to Chris Iannetta. Chris singled, but I put quotes around it. When I say he singled, it was a fly ball to right that dropped in his last at bat. He was right on that one. The count 2-1. Finally came to yesterday. He had a solo home run. That snapped a 6-game hitless streak for him. He's a good hitter.
had a great spring. Spent time with the United States team and the WBC. Good pitch there from John Garland, 2-2.
Two and two the count, 2-1 the score.
Really
right
good
back.
pitch.
I'm going to stay out on the corners, John Garland. Again, that last start against St. Louis, I should say. 3 2/3. 5 walks, and that's where you get a little bit uncharacteristic with Garland. 5 walks too many. And that's not him. He's a 3-walk per 9-inning guy in his career. We'll do it again. Long ball given up. Casey Blake got him in his first start of the year. That start against the Dodgers, a good one, though. 7 innings.
Great one.
3 runs allowed. He won 9-4 through 98 pitches. Never faced the Rockies before tonight. Change up. Flutters high in the count, 3-2. Matt Williams in San Francisco asking me the difference in my vocabulary, limited, between flutters and skitters.
Well, one's on the ground, one stays in the air, I would imagine, right?
Thank you very much, Mark Grace. That changeup is low, ball 4. I am told that there's been a breakthrough for you. What's going on over here?
Well, I'm about to read a promo, Darren.
What?
Here we go. Browse from the largest selection of authentic team gear. Official hats, t-shirts, jerseys, and collectibles. Get team gear straight from the source. Visit dbacks.com/shop.
That gets the Sutton stamp of approval.
Love that.
A little disappointed I wasn't asked ahead of time. Fly ball right field, Justin. Racing toward the wall, and it's foul. And into the seats it goes, so the count 0-1.
Well, you understand our producer, Mark Reeder, right?
I certainly do.
He kind of changed my diapers as far as broadcasting is concerned. When I was a baby up here in the booth, being rocked to sleep nightly by Tom Brenneman, Mark Reeder was the guy that always, well, he was always there. He allowed me to read promos back in those days. Then you came and all the fun ended when it came to promos.
Well, that's the way it should be. Your toddler days are over. For you to be a man and realize that you need to ask for permission to read promos. 0-1 the count. Looking for a ground ball and a double play. Just off the plate. 1-1 the count. I'm going to have to call the mothership in Los Angeles and speak with Ron Gralnick about this.
Wouldn't be a D-backs telecast without a Ron Gralnick reference.
Ron, you and I have to be done changing his diapers. We decide if he reads promos. The 1-1. Off the end of the bat, Justin, another chance. Good pitch, a breaking ball down and away. And here's Jason Marquis. Look at that little one. That's a little Mark Grace right there. Not nearly as mischievous. Enjoying his ice cream. Maybe he's, with all the ice cream enjoyment going on, maybe it's a little bit more of a little Matt Williams.
There it is. He got the bite he needed.
Slash, and he swings right through it. Of course, slash in baseball. You square the bunt, pull it back, and take a swing. Try and draw that infield in and hit it right through him.
Marquis, a guy, like we said earlier, he's one of the best hitting pitchers in baseball. He doesn't bunt to him is a 4-letter word. He likes to take a whack at it. If he got his one whack, he'll probably be bunting here.
We're talking about Marquis. He's already 3 for 6 this year. He already has driven in 3 runs. 3 RBIs for Marquis. That's more than Chris Iannetta.
Wow.
Bunting. And he gets it done. Would you like to read this one?
Well, sure. May I?
Oh,
please.
Good question. Number 1 up top there.
Tired of all the negativity in sports? So are we. Goodness gracious. Fox Sports Arizona's Good Sport of the Week is back. Each week, we'll profile a sports story that will make you feel so good. If you have a good sports story, email it to foxsportsarizona@foxsports.net. It just might become our Good Sport of the Week.
Well done.
That was beyond big league right there, Darren Sutton.
All right, let's not push it. For Dexter Fowler. Good to see the 2 logos merge together in that shot. 2-1 the score. The old and the new. I like the new. It's slick. Dexter drives it center field. Chris Young is on the move. Still going back. He squares up and makes the play. He did a circle pattern in front of the 407 sign. John Garland is waiting to shake his hand.
Looked like Larry Fitzgerald making that catch in the end zone.
Touchdown, Cardinals! Our Chaz Roberts cool play of the game. Cool under pressure. Chaz Roberts air conditioning and heating. That's knowing your ballpark as well, not panicking.
Well, he ran to a spot, looked up, made the adjustment. Very athletic play by a very good athlete.
John Garland came to the top step. Waited before he went into the dugout to shake hands with his center fielder. Augie Ojeda singled in the first inning. He grounded out in the third inning on a pitch he probably would have taken. It was a hit and run way up and away. It somehow made contact. And the count, no balls and 2 strikes on Augie Ojeda. More than 5,000 local school children in attendance today for the D-backs field trip. And honored guest and speaker of choice, this man, Augie Ojeda, did a nice job talking about staying in school and doing your homework. Augie attended college at University of Tennessee, and is certainly a great example for all you young, well, whatever it is, but it's specifically baseball players. A little top spin, line drive, base hit right field. Augie talked about Gracie not being a guy who's tall in stature, was always told, I'm not big enough. Well, here he is again, more hits in the big leagues.
Well, what a great fill-in he's been for the injured Stephen Drew. 2 more hits tonight. He just always finds a way, at least a couple of times, be it offensively, defensively, base running, finds a way to help the ball club. And it just makes you want to say, Augie, Augie, Augie.
Oi, oi, oi. The kids were saying it today.
Were they?
Oh, they loved it. It's Connor Jackson, or Kojak as the governor likes to call him. 0-1 the count.
I love that too. It's one of the better nicknames.
Well, it is. I actually heard a Kojak reference on national TV the other day.
Did you? Wow.
One of the channels we don't talk about.
It's become a disease.
Time is called. And I knew he'd be excited. That nickname is stepping outside of Diamondbacks radio where it started, now
right.
Diamondbacks television, onto the national scene.
Nice. And did you talk to him about that? Does he know that? What? Does Kojak know about that? There's the governor. He created Kojak.
High pop, a mile high. Back under it is Clint Barmas. He's listening for Fowler. But Barmas just sticks with it and makes the play for the out. Here's your example, you young players out there, of communication. Barmas got under it, listened for Fowler, who never called him off, and he made the play.
If you don't hear the outfielder, it is your ball.
I'm telling you, Rich Dower was raving about his defense. This gentleman's, Barmas's, before the game. Here's Chad Tracy. Tracy doubled and scored back in the 4th inning. Hot shot, base hit, right field. It's booted out there by Brad Hawk. Augie Ojeda, come on down. Ojeda to the plate, the relay, not in time. Defender really hurt his team.
Just a rope off the bat of Chad Tracy and right off the left foot of Brad Hawk. Augie Ojeda never stops, and he scores once the throw's wide. A mistake by the Rockies, and Diamondbacks jumped all over it. Boy, Chad Tracy swinging a good bat again here. Anybody throwing for the Rockies, he's going to hit them.
Reynolds, a pitch buried in. Reynolds with RBIs, very different ones, albeit. In the 2nd inning, he homered. In the 4th inning, just fought a ball off. Single and an error on Hop with no RBI. As that one stays high, 1-1. Here is Mark tonight.
It's straightened up by a marquee fastball.
That hit was delivered by that man with a runner in scoring position. Hitters count 2-1. really babied a breaking ball in there. 3-1 the count.
You see Marquis being very careful with Reynolds. And I guess you can't blame him. He's homered and singled and driven in a couple. He's had decent success with Young tonight. A couple of outs off the bat of Chris Young. So with a base open, he's not going to just give in to this big, strong third baseman. He's going to try to make him hit his pitch.
Three and one the count. Bouncing ball and a foul ball.
Look at the breaking ball there, 3-1.
So the count 3-2. You know, Chad Tracy out there at second. We mentioned it before his first at bat. Just owns the Rockies. I mean, upwards of 370 in his career, and it's continued again tonight.
Just pounds him. It doesn't matter who.
The 3-2. Breaking ball, I'll tell you what.
Good at that. Just terrific.
These are all good signs, right? I mean, Mark Reynolds will always battle the strikeout. That's going to be part of his game. But a hitter is headed in the right direction, not only when he gets hits, but also when he walks.
I always knew, Darren, that I was starting to get locked in or starting to get hot. If I started drawing walks, I knew that means you're seeing the ball. It means you're letting the ball travel. A lot like Andrew Jones. You're letting the ball travel, and you're seeing it all away. And you can see right there with Mark Reynolds, he really let that ball. At the very last second, he saw that slider was going to break down, and he was able to hold up. That was good to see.
Well, for the Diamondbacks, it's important to see. They are near the bottom in Major League Baseball in walks. Just not as patient as they need to be. Jason Hammond warms and gets ready to go. The line for Jason Marquis. Marquis, 7 hits allowed and 4 1/3. That's really been his bugaboo throughout his career. Has been a lot of hits per innings pitched. He had started off not battling that. He had only given up 10 hits in his first 14 innings to start the season. I think you meant Todd Helton, by the way, when you talk about guys that let the ball travel, not Andrew Jones.
You don't think Andrew lets it travel, huh? I'm glad you caught that.
Well, I did. 0-1 the count to Chris Young. Young flied to center field and popped to first.
Well, another opportunity for the Diamondbacks to kick the door in a little further. Have a big inning, have John Garland some breathing room. Back-to-back fastballs to Chris Young. 0-2.
Garland has been very good to this point. Jason Marquis, early in his career, saw these Diamondbacks at a very memorable time in their franchise as a Braves relief pitcher in the National League Championship Series of 01. That one fouled back. Gracie with a good try, just up over our heads.
Just missed it.
Matter of fact, Marquis pitched in games 3 and games 4 in relief, both losses to the Diamondbacks. 2001, by the way, a World Championship year, a year in which they started the season 4-8. 4-8. As that one is fouled off and rattles around. It's funny when you think about that year that the start was the same as it is to this point. 4 wins and 8 losses in 2001. They won game 13, by the way. They won a lot more games.
I don't remember starting that lousy, to be honest with you, but obviously facts are facts.
2004 is a different story. The other year they started 4-8. Bouncing ball and fouled up. Hank comes and uses the door. He couldn't turn it over. Clint Barnes is lucky that he caught that baseball, let alone to get it to first at all.
Tulowitzki threw him a bullet from short range. Somehow, some way, as you said. I mean, Tulo is a bullet. Golly. And just beating it is Chris Young.
Well, as funky as that play was, That backs up Rich Dower enough for me right there.
You got that right. He almost turned that. I mean, he throws him a rocket. He caught it barehanded, Darren. My goodness. Okay. He's probably my favorite player on earth now. Probably with a sore hand, too. Golly, what a play. Well, that could have been disaster for the Rockies. Did he ever save their bacon?
Saved him a run. High drive, deep right center field. That ball's going swimming. The Diamondbacks lead the Rockies by a score of 6-1 on a 3-run home run into the ride down Power Sports. Rolled off the bat of Miguel Montero.
Well, he got a change up belt time, and he just put a nice crisp quick swing on it and belted it out of here. There it is. That's not over swinging. That's just putting a nice quick swing on it and riding it out of here. Boy, Miguel Montero and the Diamondbacks needed that.
Yeah, you bet he needed that. There's no doubt about it. We'll be out there tomorrow televising from the pool. Right now, Power Sports pool. And we were just shown the way by Miguel Montero. Oh, Mark Grace.
Yes.
6 runs total between the Giants and the Diamondbacks in 3 games.
In 3 games up there in San Francisco.
6 runs tonight. Free tacos tomorrow.
Yes! Oh, Darren. I love that. That's big league. Oh, looking forward to those.
1-2 the count.
What's our time frame again?
4-6 when you're here.
Oh, we'll have to see if we can find somebody to go get them for us. I might be the. I'll go get them for you.
You will?
Yeah.
Will you buy my large drink as well?
Well, of course.
1-2 the count to Justin Upton. Montero's 2nd hit of the season is a 3-run homer. Upton, now that's beautiful. A breaking ball. Now the pitch was ugly, but Justin did not try to do too much, and he earns himself a single. You like to see that.
I mean, just a rocket back up the middle, a breaking ball that stays belt high. Oh, man. Don't get hurt, Jason Marquis. That was a rope. Didn't have his bat wrapped near as much that time, Darren. That bat was in much better position. That way he was able to just smoke it through the middle.
John Darlin putting a pass on the baseball. 0-1 to count. It's fouled right down below, just off the fingertips of my broadcast partner. Another good effort there.
Hurt.
Well, you and Clint Barmas can talk about it tomorrow.
How about that bare hand play? That was amazing.
0-2 the count. This is fun to watch. You can tell John Garland approaching this at bat. All right, I got my chance. There's 2 outs. I don't have to bunt or do anything and be careful. I'm letting it fly. He's let it fly twice. Make it 3 times. But Miguel Montero with the 3-run home run to right field. There's no doubters, and then there's this. Oh, let's go swimming. Diamondbacks right-handed starting pitcher, about his biggest strength.
My ability to not show emotion on the mound, whether I'm up 10 or down 10. I like to think when I'm out there, the opposing team doesn't know if they're winning or losing, if they were to look at me. And I think that's a plus when you're out there competing.
I think he's right on the money, bottling emotion. John does a very nice job. It's interesting seeing him work today, Mark Grayson. You harken back to spring training and how things go near the end. Garland, we mentioned, had never pitched against the Rockies in a regular season game. Near the end of spring training, there was a spring training game. We actually were part of televising it here in Arizona. Right. John Garland was supposed to pitch in that game. Yusmeiro Petit pitched in that game as a starter. John Garland went off in some secret backfield somewhere and pitched.
Didn't want to show the Rockies his stuff. That's kind of become the popular thing to do in spring training. He's been, well, right now, Darren, let's not kid ourselves. He's working on a gem. Throwing the ball very well tonight. But a big inning for him here, Darren, to keep the momentum. Got to come out and try to put a 0 on the board right here. Keep those Rockies down.
Ian Stewart tonight struck out looking and flied to left field. He drills it deep right, and it's gone in a hurry. Third home run of the year for Ian Stewart. And it's 6-2.
Talk about a frozen rope. This is one big, strong young man. Tried to come in. Oh, dear. Didn't get it in there.
I don't want it. Baby. That's nice. Little fuckers do that.
Oh, gotta love the dugout, Mike.
0-1 the count. Changeup diving down and away. 1 ball and 1 strike to Todd Helton. Number 3, many more to come.
You don't see Todd Helton get fooled that bad very often. That was a thing of beauty there from John Garland.
Todd grounded out back in the first inning on a fastball in, rolled out to second. Doubled to left field, so he went the other way, and that breaking ball bounces in there from John Garland. And as a matter of fact, as he faces Colorado for the first time, is only making his 7th career start against the National League West, period. Hard ground ball, diving attempt there, Lopez, unable to come up with it. You could actually hear Helton with a grunt as he swung at that baseball. And he saw it very well because he came uncoiled. You could hear it.
Once again, Garland tried to come in and just didn't get it inside. Let's take a listen. Yeah.
Here's Garrett Atkins.
Well, just like that, right back come the Rockies. Let's see if John Garland can get a much-needed ground ball.
Pitch like that'll get it done. 0-1 the count to Atkins. Struck out swinging in the second inning and grounded out to second. Hitless in his last 9 at-bats on the tail end of a 6-game hitting streak. Breaking ball, stayed out over the plate, but it'll hang out for Chris Young. Let's take a look in-house at our APS rooftop solar cam here at Chase Field. And our fine partners with APS remind you to install solar panels on top of your house.
Beautiful night here. Hot day. Perfect night.
Reminds me of late March a couple years back. And it, of course, was 100 for the first time and the earliest time of the year.
I remember that Saturday like it was yesterday.
Here's Brad Hawk. He drives it into the corner. It goes, and it's a foul ball off the bat of Hall. So we'll do it again. 0-1 the count. Fastball, cut fastball, curveball, and a changeup. The pitches for John Garland. Working well with Miguel Montero tonight as well. Breaking ball. And that's right there. Those are the things Miguel has to do all the time. It's his bat that is, and the projections for his bat that are earning him these opportunities. But as he continues to grow and do things like that, that'll certainly help. A man out of Venezuela, taught himself, self-taught with the English language. Gives his manager at the time, Bill Plummer. Plummer, of course, caught with Mr. Johnny Bench back in the 70s, a fine member of this Diamondbacks minor league organization. 1-1 the count. In on the knuckles, big shift. Don't forget about that. 5-6 for the out. Remember, they had the big swing around shift, as they have been doing.
What a pitch. I might. Oh, he just hurt Brad Hopp's feelings with that. My goodness, watch this, right in on the batting gloves. Oh, dear. Now that's Mark Reynolds making the play to Augie Ojeda. Good, clean, hard slide by Helton. And an out.
Mark Reynolds, you know, a shortstop in college. He'll be just fine. Troy Tulowitzki, strike one over the outside corner.
Oh, what a good pitch.
Tulo, as the Rockies fans and Gracie likes to call him, is 0 for 2. A couple of strikeouts, swinging and looking. Out of Long Beach State. Oh my goodness. When it's 100 degrees, you usually don't need kindling wood. There's some. Right out to the Ride Now Power Sports pool. And look at that. Miguel Montero's baseball. We captured it.
That's great.
Flying into the pool. And we will be out there tomorrow. Boy, a great partnership with Ride Now Power Sports. Mark Grace, we will be calling the game from out there tomorrow. I am told, with regard to the fan texting poll or whatever it's called, they have some name for it in the business. With regard to the poll tomorrow, and fans can text in, well, this is a big surprise. We can't tell you what it is. These dates are available Friday and Saturday, May 12th and 28th. Just a handful of dates if you want to reserve now. Got a graduation party, a birthday party. Any reason, business meeting, get together with your golfing buddies, your tennis pals, whatever you do in life. Come out to the pool, and by the way, tune in tomorrow. You will help determine the fate. That's really all I can say of one of 4 broadcasters.
Wait a minute, I smell a rat.
And it may have something to do with our job security. As Jeff Baker takes over at second base. And Clint Barmas, Mark Grace's favorite player.
He is now.
He moves over to short.
In all honesty, I've always liked him as a player. I think he can be an everyday player somewhere in the big leagues.
Felipe Lopez drives it toward the wall. Nearly got out of here. Felipe races on around with the slide. A double for Lopez. That is his 8th multiple hit game of the season. And with 8, that puts him amongst the best in Major League Baseball. 8 multi-hit games.
I mean, a fastball down the middle and bang. Left center it goes. Just a beautiful swing. A leadoff double and a chance for the Diamondbacks to get that run back that the Rockies got in the top of this inning.
Augie Ojeda. Hamill works home with it, and the bunt is popped up. Big, tall right-hander working out there, taking up a lot of space on the mound. Yeah, Jason Hamill. With our all-tell call to the pen.
He's a big old drink of water, isn't he?
And you can see the work that he has done so far this year. The 0-1. Breaking ball, what a pitch. Bottom fell out of that one.
You can see Augie Ojeda trying to bunt Felipe Lopez over, and then he got a breaking ball. He tried to pull it on the ground, but he came up empty. He's had a terrific game.
The 0-2. Runner on the way to third, and Lopez is going to have to really hurry. And he's doubled off.
Yeah, just some bad luck there. Felipe Lopez had a pretty good jump trying to steal third. And it was popped up, and he had no chance of getting back. I like the aggressiveness. You'll see he's going to try to take third base. Off we go. There's the pop up, and boy, he just can't get back.
Taking that one away at third base is Garrett Atkins. A leadoff double disappears. The Diamondbacks still lead it by 4. Sending it out to you. Text to 74499. Who is your choice for the post-game interview? The post-game interview choice tonight:
Fizzle.
A. Reynolds, B. Montero, C. Tracy, and D. Ojeda. That's the big boss over at KTAR, Ryan Hatch. He is voting. Fizzle. You like that?
Well, not really, but if that's what it is, then that's what we're going to have to call it.
I didn't think you'd like it. But that's what it's called. 2-0 the count to Chris Iannetta. A mile high, right up the chimney. Garland's going to get called out of the way at some point. And doing the calling is Mark Reynolds. You young pitchers out there, you think it's yours. You do. And it's right over your head, but it's not.
Well, it's not for some reason. I was always a guy as a corner infielder. If the pitcher was under it, I let him catch it. You tell me John Garland couldn't catch a pop-up?
Of course he could.
Exactly. But that's just the way it is. If it gets enough airtime, either the first or third baseman usually has priority. And that was the case there, and Reynolds made a nice play. Did we mention he's been working a lot with Matt Williams?
Marco?
Yeah, on his leadership, his defense, his offense.
All spring long.
Oh, Matty did a real good job with it. Tireless hours.
Hot shot. Couldn't do anything with that one. I am told not only am I to point out Fizzle.
Yes.
But I am to point out senior producer, booth producer, that is, Scott Snyder.
Yes.
Put together a Twitter page.
But here comes the 0-1. Just misses.
Twitter.com/DBacksBooth.
Oh, man, you can follow us, huh?
I guess so.
What is it called when you answer a tweet?
Can't help you.
You're not a Twitter
into the
guy?
seats. No. I like Stats Inc.
Yeah, you're a big
Baseball
Stats.
Reference. Two great websites. Like to read your buddy Nick Picoro's blog.
He is my buddy.
2-2 the count.
Big fan of Nick's. Oh, what a good pitch.
Pops it into the seats. Two-two. Fly ball to the gap. That one is down. Nice play on a backhand, and firing it back in is Young, and Clint Barmas with a double. I want to remind everyone this Thursday, certainly would love to have you stop by at any point during the day to help raise funds for the Southwestern Autism Research and Resource Center. Strokes for the little folks at Whirlwind. Boy, have they been cooperative. Out there in the Wild Horse Pass area, call 480-818-1406 or visit suttongolf.org. Whirlwind has been super. Gila River Casinos. Peter Piper Pizza will be feeding you all day long for the post gathering, if you will. As that one is belted. But he got it off the end of the bat. And the play is made. Jeff Baker, the home run maker, not able to make one that time. He is retired. That's what he goes by in Denver, Colorado.
Jeff Baker, the home run maker, huh? Well, he must have hit that one with a candlestick because it didn't really go into the seats. Maybe off the end a little bit, but another big out from John Garland, who may or may not be working on his last inning. He's thrown 105 pitches already, Darren. 105 quality pitches, if you ask me. One more big out to go.
6-2 the score. Changeup just missed the inside corner. 1-0 the count. Scott Schoenweiss is warming in the bullpen. Another changeup back to back. 2-0 the count. Young Dexter Fowler singled it a run in the third inning, grounded out to second base and fly to center field.
All of a sudden, John Garland, with Big Ian Stewart on deck, who's already homered, this becomes an awfully important batter and an awfully important pitch right here, Darren.
Three and 0 the count with a fastball. Don't forget Cody Jackson and Ken Digger Phelps hosting our post-game coverage. Is that a strike? Mark Grace and I will be here as well, and we will do our best to line up the interview that you select.
And hopefully talk about some good news. Big pitch here from John Garland.
Could he throw a changeup again, 3-1?
No. I like the fastball in. Oh, my goodness.
That's called a ball.
Pretty good pitch. Now it's decision time for Bob Melvin. I believe his decision's made. Maybe going to Scott Schoenweiss. Well, that was an awfully good pitch. Didn't get the call. And on that note, he's going to have to leave the ball game. But, boy, job well done by one John Garland.
The veteran right-hander certainly proving his worth here in Phoenix, Arizona. 6 2/3, very solid innings. Now one veteran gives way to another. Scott Schoenweiss on. Colorado and Arizona presented by our good friends with Colorado Tourism. We'll cool off our all-tell call to the bullpen. Scotty this year has had 11 plate appearances against right-handed batters. And the trend over the last 4 or 5 years has been righties just hit him at a far superior clip. Only 7 plate appearances against left-handed batters. A home run from each side. The interesting thing here with regard to Ian Stewart, you think, well, Clint Hurdle makes a move here, right? You have a power hitter, left-handed power hitter. You certainly go with a right-hander. Well, the power is there. This is against a right-handed pitcher. Ian Stewart, in his brief time in the big leagues, is 24 for 68, or 353 against left-handed pitching.
Wow. That means he hangs in there nicely, has no fear. Just like that, this becomes a turning point in this ball game. Scott Schoenweiss, he was brought here to get these guys out, the tough left-handed hitter. He needs to preserve this 4-run lead. Good pitch. Down and in on the lefty.
The Diamondbacks bullpen has started to pull things back together. Though far from perfection, much, much better than their first 5 games. Very forgettable. Nearly a 9 ERA. starting to slot a little bit more, find their roles. Tom Gordon hopefully coming back. The runners go. It's called strike, and they stole that one on Schoenweiss. So now a single makes it a 6-4 game. They stole both of them, I should say. 2 stolen bases there.
Well, Schoenweiss really paying no attention. No throw. It was stolen.
Todd Helton waits on deck. Rockies just 1 hit tonight with a runner in scoring position, and now Montero and Scott Schoenweiss get together. Scott began his career not under Bob Melvin, but under the watchful eye of Mike Scioscia, and he was a starting pitcher for the Angels at that point. His journeys to Toronto, to the New York Mets, have seen him move into the bullpen and become almost a guy who exclusively is better off facing left-handers. That pitch bounces in there. I think he called that second pitch a strike before the throwdown, didn't he?
Why? I'm not sure.
Yes, he's correcting the scoreboard now. Ron Culp is saying it's 1 and 2, not 2 and 1. So they count 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Pay no attention to that man behind the curtain.
At least I believe he just corrected it. The scoreboard hasn't changed yet. Inside. 2-2. He just said it again.
We think it's 2 and 2.
Well, I know it's 2 and 2. I could hear him say it.
Our scoreboard is correct.
We're going to go with, there we go, 2 balls and 2 strikes. See if we can get a nice big sweeping slider in here. 2-2. He did.
What a big time pitch that was.
And I love the reaction by his battery mate, Miguel Montero. Schoenweiss deals it. Montero loved catching it.
In the offense with 10 hits, all is well right now.
Diamondbacks offense came to life tonight. 6 runs thus far, and of course Garland set the tone with a great outing. Nice to see. Let's hope they can continue throughout the rest of the homestand.
Let's hope the D-backs can close it out strong tonight. Quest Diamondbacks Live coming up right after the game. Remember to text your poll question answer to 74499. The question tonight: who do you want to see interviewed on our post-game show? Mark Reynolds, Augie Ojeda, Chad Tracy, or Miguel Montero? Text again to 74499.
Well done. Thank you very much. No balls and 2 strikes to count.
Who's your choice, Darren?
I need to see the results again before I tell you who my choice is.
I think right now the leader in the clubhouse is Mark Reynolds.
The 0-2 to Tracy. Bouncing ball. Gobbled up.
But by a narrow margin.
By Baker, and the throw in time for the out. We have those results. If we have them, I'd love to see them again. I know it's everything else has to be shut down if we show them. I am told that it is a big-time challenge to get Zazzle on the air. Razzle.
Oh, I love it when we bristle.
Well, here's the thing. I want, and Gracie does too, we want you to pick Chad Tracy. Vote for Chad Tracy.
How's he only get 8?
Vote for Chad Tracy.
We love Chad.
Make sure you get the puzzle and you vote. And it's razzle dazzle. As that one bounces in there, please vote for Chad Tracy for muzzle.
Muzzle your vote.
There we go.
See, somebody just pretzeled him. Oh, that's big league.
And we love Augie. We love Augie, but we want you to vote for Chad.
We love all of them. It's moving.
2-2 the count.
We got your back, Chad.
And a nice southern drawl, a southern gentleman. It'll be a nice, peaceful interview to listen to. It's good stuff there. Well done on the razzle dazzle.
You fans are something special. This is great.
Now that you're voting for him, go ahead and put it to bed. I'd like to see about 70%, please.
Yeah, just put it right to bed. I mean, the Brussels are just coming in. I mean, yeah, they're putting it right to bed.
3-2. Over the outside corner. Hamill with a breaking ball, and Reynolds goes down on strikes. Now look what you've done to Miguel Montero.
Oh, man.
Vote for Miguel. Miguel.
I think Miguel needs some love. He had a 3-run homer tonight.
Caught a good game.
Catching a beauty back there.
We really care about Miguel at this point. We changed our mind. Fastball, my goodness, good stuff. No, Chad Tracy. Vote for Chad Tracy,
okay,
yes.
Stand with Chad.
Green Party.
Huh?
Independent.
Ah, gotcha.
He's a redhead. We got a redhead section
kind of a
coming
Ralph
up.
Nader type thing.
I will never let you know. Just independent. That's all we ever say in there is independent.
Okay.
Good to see you guys voting for Miguel, like I want you to. Vote Miguel Tracy.
Okay, now it's time for my partner to make up his doggone mind.
Breaking ball, boy, good stuff.
He has got a very good breaking ball.
Sleep, eat, text for Miguel. Vote Montero. Young man taught himself the English language on his own. It'd be a proud moment to hear the young man out of Venezuela. Bill Plummer would be proud, as that one is high. It's a 3-run homer.
A lot to be proud of.
There's a lot to be proud of.
Probably should interview him.
Well, we should. 2-2, hot shot. Foul ball. Who are they voting for? Hopefully Miguel Montero.
He's moving. Miguel's on the move.
Hangs around as he fouls that one into the seats. Starting pitchers last 4 games for the Diamondbacks, including that series in San Francisco. A 1.05 ERA, 2 earned runs allowed for Diamondback starting pitchers in the last 25 2/3. You want to Want to talk about a good trend heading in your direction? That's a big start right there. Oh, tough inning there for Hamels as he sits them down. 1, 2, 3. Don't forget to vote for Miguel. Miguel Montero, post-game show guest. America's Sub Shop.
Sounds good to me, pal.
Look at that little one right there. Shirt says, "Lock up your daughters."
That's great.
Here's Todd Helton. His shirt should say, "Lock up your pitchers." He has hurt so many, has shown why he stays out there. Now the only Major League Baseball game just about left. Washington and Atlanta. They're in the bottom of the 8th inning playing along. Late night Washington. Goodness sakes.
I think it's miserable weather back east.
One around there, 0-2.
They got postponed in New York. They got postponed in Philadelphia. Somehow, some way, they're still playing almost past midnight in the nation's capital.
Ground ball. Felipe Lopez was playing in shallow right field. He charges in and he makes the play for the out. Todd Helton is retired. What's brewing? Brought to you by our good friends with Miller Lite. The matchups the next couple of days. Certainly excited about Wednesday's game. Dan Herron on the mound. Yusmeiro Petit. In all likelihood, Franklin Morales will go tomorrow for the Rockies. And so a couple of left-handers. The Diamondbacks, by the way, are winless. 0-5 against lefties, so they will be challenged over the next couple of days. That lefty did his job.
That was awfully well done by Scott Schoenweiss. 2 lefties, 2 outs. Yeah.
What
I'm going to read another promo. Buy 10 tickets in any combination of games and seats for just $120. Plus, get a $10 gift card. Call 602-462-4600 or visit dbacks.com. That's that 10-pack plus thing?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's big league.
It is big league as Tony Pena goes to work. Been on a nice roll, Tony has been. Last 4 outings, 3 1/3. He has not been scored upon. Opposing batters 2 for 10 during that time. Look at the season he's had.
Yeah, all tell. Call to the pen. Throwing the ball very well. Oh, man.
You didn't really ask for permission to do that. You just told me.
Well, you know, Darren, I've got a little confidence going right now. It's soaring, as a matter of fact.
Not in my house, pal. That's what the Diamondbacks are saying, by the way. Not in my house to the Rockies.
So far, so good. And I guess I maybe overstayed my welcome in your house. Got a guest room for me?
We'll move along. 2-1 the count to Atkins. I say it every time he's out there because he says it to me every time I mention it. That time, the fastball that's turned around. Tony Pena, Mark Grace, started talking in spring and has continued to talk. I have to stay downhill. Whenever I get side to side with that lead arm and it follows, I don't think this was the case.
That was just right down the middle, and Garrett Atkins just clobbered it over the head of Augie Ojeda. So Bob Melvin plays the percentages, goes righty on righty. That backfires. Now he's got to face Brad Hopp, the left-hander. So now he's going to have to go against the book. Man.
My goodness.
Well, you could hear that glove pop all the way in Apache Junction. It's kind of the East Valley.
Well done. Six to 2 the score. The Diamondbacks leader as that one bounces in there. And again, you talk about 12 games into the season. Where should you be with regard to panicking when you're 4-8, being concerned about that guy? He did run today. Stephen Drew, replaced by Augie Ojeda, is available to hit if needed. And hopefully that hamstring has him ready to go. You get to a point, I think, Gracie, just to finish the thought on Stephen Drew, that you don't want to miss too many games. The timing disappears, and you almost
exactly right.
Do a little bit of starting over. Two and one.
Big pitch here. Nice off speed. Maybe that was a slider, but that was a good pitch.
I think it bears peeking at again because he worked on the change in spring. I'm not sure if that was a changeup or just a good slider.
Whatever it was a thing of beauty.
See if he locks him up with the fastball. That one ran away. Get that side-to-side run that he doesn't want. Again, a big shift, as we pointed out the entire ball game. Ojeda, Lopez, and Tracy all to the right side of second base as we look out, and Mark Reynolds is playing shortstop essentially. Full count. We'll do it again. Spielborg's getting loose in the on-deck circle.
Diamondback bullpen pretty quiet.
Come on,
it's extremely quiet. Rockies looking to put a charge here in the 8th inning.
Did he on a good slider? Yes, he did. That's strike 3.
Hawk doesn't think so. Third base umpire Jerry Meals rings it up. He went with the slider. What do you think at home? Did he go Darren Sutton? I think he did.
Very close.
Very close.
Like he got past it.
He says, that's baloney. Brad Hopp on his way to first. Oh, boy.
And a big-time put-away pitch there by Pena. Talk about his struggles in his career against left-handed hitters. Pitch like that will really help. There is what we're talking about, downhill. He throws that slider with the flat plane to Brad Hoff. It may be in the pool. But he throws it downhill, that's the swing you get.
That's the swing and miss pitch. When you throw 95, you kind of have to, as a hitter, you have to cheat to get to 95. So if you can throw a slider, that was belted to center.
Chris Young will play off the wall. They're going to send the runner on around. Lopez to the plate, and not in time. Spilborghs hops off the bench and doubles in a run. And after he gets the lefty, the big nemesis, the righty, crushed it.
I mean, a fastball right down the middle, and Spilborghs just blistered it off the middle of the wall. And the Rockies inch closer.
All right, so in the 8th inning, 6-3 the score. Garland, then Schoenweiss, and now Tony Pena. And a runner in scoring position. Slider, strike one.
That was a dandy.
A young man born and grew up in Providence, Rhode Island. Some folks reaching out to us from Warren, Rhode Island tonight, from Wakefield, Peacedale, Rhode Island.
They watching?
They are watching. 1 for 7, Iannetta in his career against Tony Pena.
Oh, gas right on the outside corner. Goodness.
So you're a big league catcher and you've got a brand new catcher's mitt. You want to break it in. Just go catch Tony Pena. Boy, that is a sound that makes all pitchers envious. Slider, fly ball, left center field. Chris Young, over, under. D-backs by 3.
A walk in the inning, some nasty breaking balls to put an end to it. A second Curly W.
Hopefully it goes better tomorrow. Yes, sir.
The Diamondbacks in 3 games in San Francisco. As you can see, Miguel Montero earning the right to be our Quest primetime performer with a 3-run home run in the 5th inning. And part of an attack tonight that has lit up the scoreboard a bit more. As a matter of fact, the Diamondbacks in 3 games had 2 runs and 11 hits in San Francisco. In 3 games. Tonight, 6 runs and 10 hits. Inside corner, that's strike 3. Still want to encourage you to continue to vote for Miguel Montero.
Down to the wire.
Diamondbacks came in hitting just .215 this season, 15th in the National League. And a much better night tonight. Homered from both sides of the plate on opening day, Tony Clark. 10 times he has done that in his career.
See if Justin Upton may or may not be on the move. Diamondbacks would love nothing more than to add an insurance run. Justin with great speed. Try to get in scoring position for big Tony Clark. Felipe Lopez on deck. Fastball right down the middle. Taken all the way, 0-1.
Tony, a natural right-handed hitter. Started switch hitting at 11 years old. In the city park in which they played, had a big gully in left field, a big valley area deep in left field. I mean, several hundred feet away. Tony, as a right-handed hitter, kept hitting it in the gully and losing his buddies' baseballs. And so though none of his other buddies at 11 years old could reach that downhill area.
The gully.
Way deep in left field. Tony could, and they said, my friend, you're going to have to, start hitting left-handed. You're losing all our baseballs. That's when he started switch hitting. The 0-1. 0-2, the count. Good, hard fastball.
He keeps throwing it up there. He's not going to hit in the gully.
No.
I mean, just above the belt. I mean, very tardy is Tony Clark. Tony Clark's a low ball hitter. If he starts, like, belt high for him is up. He needs it down around the knees. That's when he hits those 1-irons. Yeah, he can't catch that little ball up there.
Don't forget to hang around with us after the game. Quest Diamondbacks Live. Mark Grace and I will have our takes on this ball game, and Bob Melvin and player reaction certainly from the locker room. Digger will break down John Garland's night, and we will also have the fans' choice. Who do you want to have interviewed on the post-game interview with Big Mac, Mark McClune, and hopefully talking about a D-backs win. Some work to do, though, some time to be played, and 3 more outs to record. As Chad Qualls warms, gets ready to come into this ball game. Oh, and 1 the count. This, by the way, the only Major League Baseball game left in the world being played right now.
Not playing in Iceland?
Major League Baseball.
Oh,
Major League Baseball left in Iceland. So we're glad to have folks everywhere watching. Montgomery, Alabama.
Thanks for tuning in.
Chattanooga, Tennessee. The 0-1. Boy, good pitch.
And all the Southern League.
And a buddy watching in Australia just got a note.
No kidding. Good day.
Well, it is. Pickoff throw, and Upton heads back. Brookings, South Dakota.
Chilly night. Snuggle up with us. Good to have you. Gas.
1-2 the count. They played the Patriots Day game in Boston. They beat Baltimore. Pittsburgh and Florida wrapped up a while ago, as did Cincy and Houston. And Washington and Atlanta. Well, they just put that game to bed. A win for Washington. The 1-2.
Gas.
What an inning by Grilly. Dominating. He just struck out the side. 3 outs to get wherever you may be watching. Early on with a solo shot, his 3rd of the year. In the 3rd inning, Dexter Fowler fighting off a baseball, and an RBI. Chris Iannetta would score. Then it was Reynolds again. Broken bat, ended up with a 2-bagger off the face of Fowler, a double, and an RBI. Then in the 5th inning, Miguel Montero. A 3-run home run. First homer and first RBIs of the year. The Diamondbacks backstop. A bolt off the bat of Ian Stewart. His 3rd of the year, and then all of a sudden, the scoring started to roll out a little bit more. Ryan Spilborns doubles in a run, and it's 6-3. Our all-tail call to the bullpen. Chad Qualls very good so far this season. He has had one hiccup, and that's it. His last outing against San Francisco, locked down a save and a 2-0 win, and he struck out the side as good as he's looked all year, dominating.
You like that as a closer. You just can't wait to get the baseball again and go to work.
This is what he does when he's right. Round balls and outs. Let's kick it quickly down to Mark McClune. Big Mac?
Yeah, I talked to Chad Qualls before the game and asked him if he felt a little underworked. This is just his 5th appearance in the first 13 games, but he said no, because he's been doing a lot of throwing on the side and been getting up a lot because there have been so many close games. But then he did offer up this, Jim, about overworked, underworked. When I asked him about it, he said, I'm a reliever. I got to find something to complain about so you can say, yeah, I'll complain about it.
No doubt about that, and certainly not a bad balance, though. Not as if he's gone a couple of weeks without being able to work. On to lock down the ball game. Bouncer, and it's a foul ball. One last chance to determine who Mark McClune will be interviewing. Some of the heroes in our game. As the count is 0-1 on Baker. Baker played to pull maybe a step on the infield, though the outfield has him a stride or two the other way. Slider, and it's right with 8. And it is crushed. And guess who's there to make the play? Into the corner. Chris Young runs it down. A hanging slider, and guess what? He gets that baseball back.
Oh, nice play out there. And Chad Qualls, yep, I got away with that one. Big ballpark out there to center field, and that young man's been patrolling it for about 3 years now. Super play. 1 out away. Fans starting to get on their feet. Get on your feet, folks. Diamondbacks need it all.
1-0 the count to Dexter Fowler. Let anything get started, especially with speed like this man has. Good 1-1 the count. Our post-game interview.
Who's going to be?
It's a dead tie.
All right, McClune.
Get them both. We will interview both Miguel Montero and Chad Tracy. 1-1 the count.
We're going to go for both of them, guys. Montero and Tracy.
Nice.
Bouncing ball. Qualls is there. The Diamondbacks win it. And it's good to be back home. It's locked down for Qualls. He continues to roll on in his last couple of outings. John Garland was fabulous. He wins for the second time. Let's get it going. Right on out to Quest D-Backs Live. Oh, we like to say it up here in the booth. Roll the open now.
The theme tonight, wind back the clock and reset opening day as the D-backs embark on another 9-game homestand. And tonight they are able to duplicate a win over the Colorado Rockies. Tonight's final by a score of 6-3. It included a couple of long balls, including a pool shot, a 3-run home run by Miguel